make you host. Srikant, now you can start presenting. Yes, please go ahead wherever we stopped. Regarding, we discussed about the
Okay,
LTA
sure.
part, right? Though we try to maintain an LTA for an
Yes.
employee in info type 582, but we came to conclusion that there is no calculations happening in the INLTA function. This is our problem statement in the first session. Okay, so in this stage session, we would like to analyze
Oh,
that.
sir. Yes.
Okay, so
Okay.
whenever in the taxability, suppose in a taxability or any kind of exemptions we are calculating, okay, so there are some fixed table which I talked about earlier. Okay, so now you can go to SM30, go to SM30.
Okay, sir.
Otherwise,
Today
let's
I
go to the long path also we can go.
yeah.
You're saying something?
Please continue.
You're saying something, right?
No, nothing, sir. Please continue.
But I was
Please
saying the
continue, sir.
same
No,
thing
nothing.
also you can go through an SPRO node as well. Okay, so you just let's go through SPRO node today. Okay, because you are
Okay.
learning all from
Okay.
beginning. Okay, so let's go to SPRO and we will find out. You will be taking me to that route. Okay, so I will just see where exactly you will be logical. So all the nodes are actually logically arranged in a such a way. You will not be finding any difficulties. Where is the LTA
Okay.
configuration and now just go to Indian payroll. Payroll India.
Indian payroll.
Yes,
Oh,
yes.
Payroll.
okay.
Come down.
Payroll, yes. Payroll India, expanded.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Ah. Now go to leave travel.
So
So you can see the housing
leave
part you
travel.
will be exploring. Okay. So what are the tables we have seen in the last 2 to 4 sessions? Housing, you just expand the housing. So I'm not going to detail about it, but those nodes you will be finding there. Okay.
Okay.
So these are all the different
Okay.
nodes related to housing. So these are all we covered it. But what is a user exit and all? I will be explaining whenever I'll be talking about it. There is a technical sessions as well. But where exactly you have to, those are kind of
Okay.
customization. Any kind of customization you would like to do that we use user exit. That I will be having an except session. Don't worry about it. Okay. But the remaining things actually the
Okay.
table I have taken through. But exactly you can also access through them in the SPRO nodes as well. And the respective documentations also you can read. Again, there's a lens here. Okay, all the things. Okay, you can go through that. Okay. So now we will be focusing on the leave travel. Just expand the leave travel.
Okay, sir.
Okay. So this leave travel is a different set of configurations. Okay. So if you see, okay, so this is more from a conceptual level. Okay. So like you just execute it, the first one, maintain minimum eligibility period for
Okay, sir.
LTA. So what
We
does
have to pay it, sir. Okay.
what do you understand by this? Anything? Anything you would like to say?
Yes,
Leave.
grouping
It
and
says it
Yes,
says leave
yes.
validations for LTA.
uh, attendance and absence type,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
number of days leave,
Mm-hmm.
the counting method.
Counting method. Okay. So counting method. What are the options we do have?
Yes,
Calendar
yes,
days, absence
yes.
days, or payroll days. Okay, this is fine. Scroll a bit right hand side. Scroll to right.
Okay.
Anything else is there? Scroll right. There is a button.
No, sir.
Yeah, no, nothing is there, right? So this is actually for if you'd like to validate.
Yes.
So this is for a validations. Okay. So like whether the companies they are checking for absences whenever you are applying for LTA. So generally people apply LTA and all these things from the ESS, employee self-service. Okay. So in case you are not using ESS and your HR admin, they will be updating for you from the backend. This is a backend system 582 because employee will not be having access to 582, right? In a typical organizations. So
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
okay, so why this leave validations? So system will check while applying LTA against your info type 2001. System will check whether you have taken actually leave, so leave or not. Okay, if you, so this kind of validations will be there. So that is can be configured here. Okay, depending upon your allowance grouping, depending upon your absence type. So these absence types are configured in time management module of SAP HCM. Okay, so that detail we are not going.
Yes, sir.
So, so I just reminding you that this can be configured. This validation can be in place whenever you are applying for LTA. Now you just go and go back. We will move to the next node. This is understood, right?
This one, sir.
Hmm.
Maintain number of journey. Yes, I understood.
So now just go to the second node, maintain number of journeys. Yeah. So this is a standard one. So basically this is a constant. Okay. LTAEX. So number of exempt journey. So it's a typically started and ended the infinity to infinity. So basically what does it mean is, so just click that I button there. I will tell you.
Okay.
If anything is
Yes.
there, yes. So this is the concept. So whatever as per the government rule, okay, to calculate LTA exemption amount, payroll function will be reading this constant value. Okay, then it is always 2. Okay, so in a period of a 4 year, you can have a maximum 2 times LTA. Okay, so that can be the concept. Okay, so like, okay, so maintain, this is fine. Leave travel and tax payroll. All this documentation they've explained here, whatever we have already discussed, but a block of 4 year, you can have maximum 2.
Okay.
So you can now go back. This is very simple. You do not have to do anything. Okay.
Yes, sir. So this is the 2, right, sir? The block of 2 travels.
Block. So suppose how system calculates that you would like to see here. Okay. Scroll a bit right hand side if anything is there. I would like to see. I don't think, but just scroll a bit right. Anything is there. Okay, that is the last column.
Yes, sir.
So this is the value
So.
to system takes
Yes,
care, like in a period of a block of 4 period, only 2 times your LT can be exempted. Okay, so yeah. So like just you can go back.
Okay, sir. Maintain a slab, LTA slab beginning year.
Slab beginning year and end year that you can maintain, which is the year beginning year. So here you can see 2014. Okay, it's the beginning. If it is 2014 beginning, just now we can go back. LTA BG. This is also a constant. Okay. Go back. Okay, so this could be the reason. I was just finding LPA and end year. Okay, 14, 15, 16, 17. So what you can do, Srikanth, you can maintain that as a 2018 and you just add 3. Okay, 2021. Okay, so this one you can make it 2021 and the previous one you can maintain 2018. Okay, then you just change again after the changing this. Okay, so again we check the calculations. Okay, we will see again.
Okay. So I'm going to save this, sir.
Yes, save it, save these changes. Yeah. And also the previous one you maintain is a 2018.
Okay, okay. Yeah, done, sir.
Okay, so now for some further configuration we will be seeing before we run that thing. Now what you can do, go to expand the tax part. Just scroll a bit down.
Tax part. Okay.
Go a bit down. Just scroll a bit down. Tax exemptions. There is not tax. That is income tax. We expand the tax exemptions. Yeah.
Okay.
So here you can see there is there an LTA, medical, for a medical it is there, child education is there, maintenance schema, customer specific PAN, children field. Okay. Okay. What is BADI? I will explain later on in a technical session. BADI to override customer specific tax exemption. Okay. Just click the third one, define other allowances or reimbursement subtype for exemptions.
Okay.
Click the third one.
Yes.
So here, this is the figure, the subtype where from that info type 582, that drop down value is coming. You're able to understand it? Those 5 values we're seeing, right? Now we just make a new entry. Just to make a new entry, I'm just telling. Click new entry, click new entry here.
Okay. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So what kind of allowance I will be giving to you? I will just tell you in the chart window. Let me, okay. In the chart window, I'm just entering one code that you can maintain, like let's say SLEA. Okay, so you just try to maintain this, and in the text you can maintain leave encashment exemption.
Leave encashment exemption.
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
Yep. So now 2 things you have to test it after doing it. Okay, so you just save it.
Okay.
I'm
going to save. Okay.
And this is a free text, right? Subtype. Okay. Yeah. Save it.
Yes.
Now what we are going to do? Just go back. No SPRO node only. Some further configuration we will be seeing. Go back again. So now as we came here, we would like to see certain more other exemption as well. So you can just any state tax exemption, just expand that. So you'd like to understand this tax exemption first. Okay, maybe in the next session we'll be going through. But today's session is just focus on this. What are the exemption options are here? Expand that any state tax exemption in the top. Tax exemption, there is a triangle. Expand that. Yes, so what is this? Any guess?
Maintain any.
What is this any?
No, sir. I have no idea.
Any in the sense, any the meaning is northeast. Okay. So what are those northeast states? So for northeast states like your Assam, your Nagaland, all Tripura, so all those northeast region, Meghalaya, all those states, there is a separate kind of a tax exemption. They are eligible. Okay. So if your organization is having a presence in those northeastern states, you will be, your employees who are residing in those states, they will be eligible for a separate type of tax exemptions. Okay. So, yeah, so those kind of things are there, but it is a very rare case. But okay, so like some communities in northeast state, they will be eligible for. Okay, so that you can also test for your interest. That's but I have not came across along all these things. All these things, I mostly I have not worked on those area, but you can try this as well. Okay, so just to give me a minute, I will be having some more. Back. Okay, so what I was saying, Lakshmi and Srikant, this one you can try. Okay, so like you can maintain. There is a info type for 77. Okay. So that you can go through some additional personal data you have to maintain. 77 info type. I have not done that because I never came across that scenario. But if you have time, then you can go through. So those, that is a call now state tax exemptions. Lakshmi, it is a task for you. Okay. So you can, I have a separate task for Srikant. Okay. So you can try that. Any state tax exemptions you can try. Okay. And how this calculation is happening. Okay. Now go to the maintain schema for exemption medical reimbursement. Just execute that. Not that one. Not that one.
Source text.
No. Go back. Go back again.
Not this one.
Go back.
Okay.
Maintain schema for exemptions on medical reimbursement. It is written there.
Okay, first one. Okay.
First one, yes. So basically, what it will do. So these are actually your standard schema. Okay. And a typical payroll, we never use directly the standard schema. Okay. So for our reference, you can do.
Yes, sir. Yes.
You just copy it, and we will keep it resolved in the future session. Just there is a copy option beside the delete, and you just start with Z.
Okay.
If somebody is already created, you will not be able to do it. But let's try. Yeah. So Z NN1, NN1. Do not use anything. CP8. Do not use it because it is difficult for you to understand. Try NN1 only.
Okay.
If it is tick tick tick. Okay, somebody is already created it.
It's already exists.
Okay, what you can do then, you can, but in that case, you have to remember. Okay, so you can use your own, whatever you are using. Okay, and then in the double N, instead of, you can use something else. CP1 you can use or something like that.
CP
or CN1. Oh, just try to. ZCP8, that's fine.
CN1. Okay, sir.
CN1. It should be as close as possible. It is ideally in a typical implementation you will not be getting because only one user will be there. Only you will be using you on one client. Okay. Whereas it is a testing environment or a demo environment. Okay. So now this we may use in our bigger schema. Okay. So this is you just go to change. I will tell you.
Okay, sir.
Are you able to change or not? Yeah. So here we would like to see our the functions here. If you like to go a bit down, scroll a bit down. You can see gratuity. You can see ex gratia. You can see medical reons, INMED. You just search for INLTA. Okay.
Sir, yes.
Okay. So now in the payroll log, we have seen that backend. Sorry, the log we have seen the calculations. So it is not happening anyway. But whenever you're running the payroll, this is the line number 540, where exactly in this particular schema, the custom schema, which is for, what is the name of the schema? You just scroll a bit up again. What is the name of schema? Gross to net, right? So name of the schema, you just scroll a bit up. Complete up, go to up again. There is also a name of this particular schema.
This beginning one, begin to gross to net calculation.
Okay, so because all kind of exemptions will be coming into picture, all the taxes, everything. Okay, so those things. Anyway, the schema we will be understanding in detail. For the time being, I'm just giving a hint. Okay, so like in a typical schema. Okay, so where exactly this functions will be coming into picture. Okay, so now I will scroll a bit down again. We'll just go to INLTA or INMED. Okay, so I'm just telling you today, like what are the exemptions related functions which you have here. Okay, so here, if you scroll a bit down, you can see medical insurance, that is your line number 460. 460 stop there. Okay, so medical insurance reimbursement park related thing will be calculated inside the function INMED. Okay, that will take care of it. Similarly, any kind of LTA, this is for INLTA. Children education allowance is INCEA. What about the customer specific tax exemption? So in that there is a reserve, there is a INCTX. Okay, so that okay. So in by default there is a star. Okay, why? What is the meaning of the star? Any guess?
No, sir. I think
the star here.
Someone's.
Yeah, please go ahead, Lakshmi. Why there is a star here? Here, labor welfare fund.
Someone's block.
We are thinking someone is intensely blocked this one.
Yeah, so you are close to that. The thing is, if you are commenting, so we call it a commenting. So if you're putting a star here in the column number D, okay. So in a typical programming language also, if you have seen like any C, C++, Java, or any programming languages, if you see, if you are commenting certain part of a coding snippet, okay. If you run that particular program, that particular coding or that particular coding snippet will not be considered during the executions. Okay, and same principle is applicable here also. If you are commenting a line, so here we can see the line number 500. Okay, it is commented. Okay, that is putting a star. That means in this particular schema, whenever payroll is run, okay, so this line item will not be considered for execution. During your execution of this particular schema, that particular line item, similar examples also 470, 470, 430, 420, all these line items will not be considered during your payroll run. Okay, you got my point, Lakshmi and Srikant, whatever I would like to say.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We
Okay.
got your point.
Okay, so it is a think of like that way. So if you are commenting certain things that will not, even if the code is written, okay, but it will not be considered. So you can think of it like I will just give you a layman example. Generally, I give that example. Suppose you are in school days, you must have remembered like certain questions or in a class test also. Suppose there are 12 questions. Out of that, only 10 questions are evaluated. Only the two optional questions or two questions actually, even if it is there, it will not be considered for your total mark. Just an additional question, just for information. Okay, but whether you're writing it or not writing it is up to you. But during your final evaluation, that will not be considered during your. It is a kind of a.
Yes.
It's this is just a layman example I've given, but just to make you an analogy. Okay, so this is the way. Okay, this is the way to understand. So wherever there is a star in the column number D, it will not be considered during your payroll executions. So now you just double click the INLEA. Are you getting anything?
IN?
INLEA, line number 570. 570.
Yeah, yes, sir.
Double click on the INLEA. Okay, it is not happening anything. Okay, that's fine.
Yes, sir.
MLIN, just try the MLIN.
No, nothing is
there. Okay, so nothing will happen here. Okay, so there are certain, suppose there is a schema inside the schema and something like that, then it will be, again, you can deep dive into it. But again, this INLEA is a function here. Okay, so how to go to the function? INLEA, that you can go to P04, that we are not, that you can check it later on. You can take your time.
Okay.
Okay. You may read the documentation of this. So this is again a second task for you, or I'm not able to count how many tasks I have given, but all these documentation, you must read it. Okay, maybe you can prepare a document and you can prepare a slide, like for this INLTA, INLEA, whatever these are there, the entire column number functions, whatever you are seeing it, right? INMED, INLWF. Okay, so read all this documentation. Maybe you can make a note of it, like 2 or 3 points against these three things. Okay, and maybe in your payroll run, you have to search these things, whether it has been generated or not. So that is the idea. Okay, whenever you are talking, I'm talking about 582 info type. Okay, so all these things may not be applicable, but some other exemptions also they are in a typical payroll. Okay. So these are the things you have to keep in mind. And the easiest part is, it is easy to remember because it all starts with IN. That is for Indian payroll. Okay. Logically, they have a name, the naming convention in such a way you can remember it. Okay. Medical. So all these things you can remember. So it is also the calculation. But INCTX also very important. INCTX, it is for customer specific tax exemption. The example which I have given, like you are having a fuel allowance or any kind of magazine allowance or any kind of other allowance you are having, and you are giving an exemption on top of that, then you can use this INCTX. Okay, so this is the understanding. Okay, so with this note, now you can make a note of this ZCN one. Maybe we will be using in the future. Okay, So this is again, yeah, just now go back again. So main still.
Go back. Okay.
Any questions on here? Because a lot of things are there, which I will be explaining slowly. But for the timing, I'm just focusing the point wherever it is connected to the info type 582. Okay.
Okay.
Now go back again.
Okay. Yes, sir.
I think we are in the another screen, right? SPRO. Yes. So maintain schema for. So now we just, we should go to the next schema, next node.
This one.
This one.
The hostel allowance, education.
Exactly. Maintain schema for exemptions. Okay. So this is also the same path it will go. It will not be finding any different one. Okay. So you can see previous node also it took us to IN1, and this node also it took us to. You do not have to copy it again. So we have already copied it, right? ZNN1. Okay. In that ZNN1 only we will be doing that activity. So you do not have to do it now. Okay. Maybe. So you can just whatever you have created ZCN1, right? Or ZNN1?
Yes, sir.
ZCN1.
ZCN1.
So here regarding the child, where you will be getting, any guess? You can also read the text as well. There will be a hint. If there is a child, if there is a child education allowance or exemptions, how will you? Which is the functions related to that?
Yes, INC.
Exactly. That is the answer. INCEA. Okay. And that is related to child education allowance or any kind of exemption happening. Similarly, the 583 info type, which I will be explaining later on. So that is also, as we came here. So the line number 520, that is INCCO, that is for all kind of company car. Okay.
For allowances. Okay.
All kind of company car related schemes depending upon your car brand and car your CC
Types.
depending the types, car types. This will be your this function will be helping you regarding the calculations of your different perquisite, because car also will be attract perquisite and any kind of exemptions. Okay. Similarly, the INHRA also, can you see that? We have not covered that earlier. As we came here, I will explain. I would like to.
650.
Okay. Yes, line number 650. That is your HRA, CLA, COA. This calculations happens here in the line number 650. Similarly, the Northeast tax exemption, which I was talking about, that is here in the line number 720. Okay. So line 710 will check whether you are eligible for Northeast tax exemption. It will check your info types, and then it will check your these things, the review process. Then if you're eligible for that exemption, it will check that. Similarly, we have so what you can do, Srikant, all these things, wherever there is a so what we can do, wherever the line number pair 1 it is written, right? Okay, some of the things are IN71, IN70. So whenever we will be learning those schemas and all, we can replace them by ZN. Okay, ZN whatever. Okay, ZN71, ZN70. Okay. So that it will be, you will be confident about how to create a custom schema and how maybe you will not be changing much. Okay. So, but ideally we do not directly use this standard. Suppose if there is any changes, we copy it and directly inside that we use it and we run that payroll. Okay. So similarly, the important one, also another important one is the 850. That is your income tax calculations. Okay. All income, there is a functions for it. So all these functions, this is a task for you, like you can explore all these functions. So
maintain notes.
Maintain notes. Yes. It should not be too much. It should not take much time. Also, you will be getting those notes in the SAP itself. Just go to P04 again. I will tell you. P04.
Okay. Sure. Okay.
Go to P04 and go to the documentation part.
Okay. So I'm taking here INCEA.
INCEA, otherwise you go. INCEA you go. And this is child education exemptions. So you can click that documentation. Yes, exactly. That is the one. Yeah. Click that I, And if you see, there is a lot of information here, and this information is more than enough. You do not have to study anything from Google. Okay, so it says nothing to. It says the uses. That means where exactly to be used. Similarly, what are the waste types it will generate? The secondary waste types. Similarly, the procedure also it will say, like what are the data requirement? You must have this info type 21 or subtype 2. If the person is not having a child in maintaining info type 21, the way we have seen in your LTA, right? For LTA, we maintain info type 21. So 21 is very much important for all kind of this allowance or exemptions. Okay, so info type 21 must have been maintained. Okay, so if you scroll a bit down, Srikanth, can you scroll it down? Are you able to, or any problem? Your info type 582, okay, that we have seen. Then info type 582, also what are the things we have, the remaining part. Also, we have seen, after seeing the exemptions, then we understood the different, what are the connection, okay, the configuration related to exemptions, okay, the LTA related, okay, and also there is a problem statement for you, like why that exemption is not generated, that you have to figure it out. Okay, so that answer I will be giving maybe in the next sessions. Okay, so that we have to see that. And other than that, we will just recall what are the things we have seen or other tasks I have given. So like one thing I told you to make, just to make it task, like first of all, it is your exemptions not calculated. Okay, so first of all, that exemptions calculations.
Okay.
So that that is related to your LTA, right? Okay, LTA. Just I'm making a note of it.
Okay, sir. Okay, that's great.
So that we will not be forgetting.
Yes.
So I'm just
that's
sharing my.
Me also. Yeah. Thank you.
I think I'm not able to share because I'm not made you host. Anyway, just a minute. Okay, so exemption calculations we have to do. Then I'm just putting in the chart window only. Okay, so second one.
Yes,
second one, we have the documentation I asked for you. Okay, so documentation. First of all, exemption calculation, why it is not coming, you have to check. Then documentation for all exemptions. Okay, that we need to see.
Yeah,
Anything?
Question: Can I copy that documentation?
Yes, you can copy it. That is a simply So that is the easiest thing which I have told you. So the thing is, you have to.
Actually, I am unable to copy that. So can you explain me how to copy that?
So that is simply copy Control C, Control V. Otherwise, you can try Control Y also sometimes is useful. Okay, so that you can try Control plus Y. Okay, Control C, Control V. The otherwise Control Y, Control V. Okay, so that you can try. Okay, and let me know if you're facing. Otherwise, anyway, I will also I have to do also this activity. No problem. Okay, so the documentation of all exemptions you have to understand. Then the corresponding schema we try to understand, which already did that. Okay, INN1 schema we have already done that, and we converted it to our custom schema. Okay, so that is fine. That we have already done in the session itself. Okay, then Lakshmi, she will be doing exclusively for any, that is your Northeast specific exemptions. Okay, so that you will be working by maintaining the, you may hire an employee and maintain info type 77. Okay, so that is the exclusive task, additional task for Lakshmi. Okay. So that will be for Lakshmi. Anything you can recall? I have asked. These things I can still remember. Other than that, LTA is there, anything? This is a thing is there. LTA, LEA, medical.
477.
Sorry?
Info type 77. Info type
Input 77 is part of your exercise number 4 only, which Lakshmi will be doing that. Okay. So this is what I can remember till now. Okay. But anyway, also on the task number 5 is this is the most important one. So the remaining in the info type 582, other remaining waste, the subtypes you have to maintain and run the payroll, and those exemptions or those specific functions you have to see whether it is calculated or not. 582 other, I have explained to LTA, right? The same way, other than LTA, you have to maintain other subtype. Okay, so then you run the payroll simulation and observe what is your observation. You have to share with me in the next session. Okay? So a lot of tasks for both of you. Also, there is a weekend, and you can try your best. Okay. So these are 5 different tasks. And in the meanwhile, I'll be also giving some additional things if it is them. You can post the same thing in the chat WhatsApp as well. Srikanth or Lakshmi, you can try that. And we will meet again next time. Any other questions before we wind up?
No, sir, we don't.
Okay. So then we will stop here. Thank you for your I actually appreciate for your effort as well, and keep that momentum in the upcoming sessions. Okay. And so that it will be helpful for both of you. Okay. So we will be learning in that way. Okay. So thanks for your time, and we will stop here.
Thank you, sir.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you,
sir.
Much.
Thank you to you also.
Bye bye.
Yeah, thank you.
Good night.
Yeah, bye. Bye. Good night. Sir.